Okay, this morning we are going to talk about artwork. Um, so what we're going to use today is we're going to use Kittl, and I'll do another one for Canva, but you can use whatever, doesn't matter what software you're using for your graphic design. It's all basically the same information. This is just easy to use. I will tell you though, if you do use Kittl if you're not you don't have a subscription, I believe the you can only export at 72 dpi, and all your images or graphics for your t-shirts, mugs, or whatever, they need to be, you want them at 300 dpi. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go and do a new project. We're just going to talk about their site's having some trouble this morning, so I've already messaged them, and there is a bit of a delay, but at least it's back up and running. So we went to create a new design. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you change this to 300. All right. Then this here, the drop down here, you can change it from pixels to inches if you want. So most t-shirts designs are going to be 12 inches or less. So let's type in 12. Type in 12. So now we have, this is our artboard. So now our artboard is 12 by 12, 300 dpi. And hit create. So we know starting right off, we're in good shape because we know what this artboard resolution and size is. Okay, so we're going to talk about two different files or types of files. Let's go to uploads. So I already, if you want to upload your anything on here, you just go to here, upload it, and then it'll show up down here. So I've already done that for a couple of them. So the first thing we're going to talk about is PNGs or JPEGs. So I've been doing this for quite a while. Generally, somebody sends me a picture like this and they say, can you make this t-shirt for me? And yeah, it's completely useless to me. Um, Other than it just tells me that I know what they want. But so I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. Let's even crop it out. Crop out the picture. I got to zoom out a little bit because I can't see the other side. All right. And done. Okay. Now we just have the graphic off the shirt. Let's take a look at it. And it looks like garbage, obviously. Very low resolution picture. And guess what? When you make your transfers, it's going to look like that or maybe even worse. It's useless. So just because this artboard is 300 dpi and 12 by 12 doesn't mean when you stick a piece of crap graphic on here, it's all of a sudden going to change it. Now there is some options on that you can do outside of Kittl and also in Kittl, but I don't think it's going to help it. So there is an option to upscale it. You can do that, and it'll say image too small to upscale. You could also vectorize it, which we're going to talk about here soon. But this is just a piece of garbage. So in that situation, I have to go and try and find this graphic And if I can't find that graphic quickly, I would have to redo it by scratch. And it obviously is not going to turn out exactly like that. Anyways, so when you put your pictures on a t-shirt specifically, because uh, generally the graphic's going to be like 11 and a half. It may be as high as 12, but you're going to be making it big, and it's just going to turn out looking like this. It's going to look terrible. So always zoom in on your graphics when you before you send them off. So anyways, I'm going to delete that. All right. Now let's put MJ up there. So MJ is, I believe it's a PNG. Let's make him a little bit bigger. So yeah, if you have an actual image, an actual picture, that is going to be rasterized, because what a vectorized image is just basically it's like a puzzle, just little pieces, all one color. This here, when you zoom in, we'll zoom in on it. See, it's just all little pixels. The more you zoom in, the more pixelated it gets. Oops, went back too far. Okay, so that's actually in pretty good quality. It's not actually super terrible. I think it was like 1500 by 1500. However, I wouldn't be happy with it. Me personally, I want to do something about it. So you could go to there's free upscaling. There's I Love IMG. There's a bunch of them out there. They'll let you do one. You can sign up for their membership if you want, but if you just do one, they generally let you do that. All right, I got myself lost. Anyway, so let's zoom in on that again. So it's not super terrible, but it's not super great. Let's see what their upscale will do. Their upscale is pretty good. It's not as good as like upscale media or anything like that. All right, so let's zoom in and see what it looks like. See if that looks any better. That looks way better, doesn't it? Way better. That's a major improvement compared to, you can see the definition on the zipper looks way better. So in Kittl, you may be able to get away if it's just a picture with upscaling it. Or using another service such as just call them I Love IMG, and there's upscale media. There's a bunch of them. All right, that's it for rasterized images. We're going to delete that. Okay, a vector. What is a vector? A vector is it's just solid lines, and it doesn't matter how much you zoom in on that picture, you're going to have, it does not change the picture. It's like a puzzle. So all the little pieces, whatever color they are, and they're just all attached together like a puzzle. Let's find an image. A vector. So this will be a vector, just a square. I know it's a very basic vector, but if we zoom in on this, it doesn't change. We can zoom in on as much as we want. It's a straight line. So that's going to print, a vector is going to print perfectly. obviously, because it doesn't matter how much you zoom in. It doesn't matter what the resolution is. It's going to be perfect. All right. Let me get rid of our square. Delete our square. Okay, let's find something a little more interesting than a square for a vector. I don't know what we can use. Dragon. Now, I don't know if these are vectors or not, but I'm going to... Let's just find a dragon. Some of these you can tell they're definitely... I don't know, it doesn't matter. All right. So let's say this is our design that we want to put on a shirt. It's a very basic design. We can see here that the design is 11.84 by 10 inches. Let's make it 11.5. So this here, if you don't select this here, if it's like that, it won't maintain the actual picture. It's the sizing of it. So you want to make sure that's selected. Unless you want to change, if you want to squish the dragon, then you can do it. But anyways, so 11.5. Let's make it. Yep. And you can see it'll change the height. It'll maintain the same width and height. Okay. So there's our picture that we want on our t-shirt. However, if we save it like this, it's going to have this box. See this box around here? It's going to have that on there. Actually, let's make this a little bit smaller. Let's pretend this is going on a youth shirt. Let's make it at 10. How about that? You see these alignment buttons? These are really nice. Just click it there, it'll put it in the center, and click there, it'll put it in the middle. Okay, so if I take this image like this and I try and upload it on a t-shirt or inside making a transfer sheet, you're still going to have this box where the artboard is. So if you click on the artboard right here, up here, pull this down. Try and get it fairly close, like don't go crazy. Get it fairly close and don't remove any of your image. Like that. Like that. So now our artboard is very close to being the size of it. Our artboard is white, however. It's not a big deal, but if you want to get rid of that background color, just hit color and it says, see this negative? Remove color. Now you have no color. So now we only have two colors, or you just have one color and then a background. Okay, so now we are going to, we're going to give this a name, obviously. Dragon. Okay. And we're going to export it. Now, because it's a vector, I can export this as a PDF. If this is like old MJ there, you're not going to want to export it as a PDF. You're going to want to export it as a PNG. You can, but it makes no sense. All right, so we're gonna change this. We're gonna double check this 300 DPI, and the size of it is 10 by 8.7. So let's select PDF, and even though there's no background, I just do this by habit. Click on remove background and export it. Okay. So let's go over to the site. We'll go to my DTF. So what was it? That was 10. Forget what the size was. 10. Let's just use this transfer here. So let's click on it. There's our transfer. It's 13 wide by 11 high. Click on start designing. Add a design. Add digital embellishment design. This DTF. Let's upload an image. There's our image. PDF, DTF, or Dragon, sorry. So it's going to start uploading. When you're doing a vector, if it's in PDF, it's going to automatically convert it into an SVG. It's going to convert it into a vector file. Make sure you click on this. So don't upload the Toronto Maple Leafs or anything. And then say that because obviously you're going to have copyright issues. So there's our image. Over here, this is important to look at. This will tell you whether it's good quality or not. This is fully green. What did we say we were going to make? So it's the same size that we made it. We said 10 inches. It's basically the same size. All right. We got this graphic. You're going to see that there's a little bit of bleed. And what bleed means is that if you try and go over the edge of this, you're going to see a little, you're going to see a little space all the way around there. That's the bleed area. It won't let you put it in there. And if you try and put a design outside of the past the bleed area, you're going to get an error message. So you place this image partially outside the decoration area and it'll be cropped. Basically what it means is you're going to get this back from me and it's going to look exactly like that. So you don't want to do that. Let's just stick this here. All right. So obviously you don't have the full sheet made up. So if you don't have any other images, you certainly can take this, copy it, and then paste it. You could make smaller images, maybe for a hat, 2.94 by 2.49, which is 2.5 inches, which is fine for a hat. So you could do something like that. You could put, if you have other little designs, you certainly could put it in there. Anyways, we are going to, how you delete these, by the way, is that button there. If you find that your image maybe is wider than it is tall, and you can get more on the sheet, depending on the layout of the sheet, this is how you spin it. You can spin it like this. And it does help you get it the mold. So anyways, you can spin it like that. You can also use this if you want to get accurate. So it's 270, right? There. So now we know that that's in the right. It's exactly parallel, I guess is the word. Anyways, I'm just showing you that quickly. Okay, if you get your image on here and let's say you had a bunch of these, like let's say you had a bigger sheet and then you realize, oh no, I also have to do some black shirts. Maybe you're getting 2 black shirts and 2 white shirts. If you click on here, uh, you can change the color of the graphic if it's a vector. If you upload it as a PDF, you definitely can change the color of this graphic. And if it's all one color, it's going to change the whole thing as one color. If it's multiple colors, you'll be able to change the colors inside, like each individual color. So just to let you know. Put that back black. Okay. And that's about all there is to tell you about that. If you try and put something that's low resolution on here, let's remove this here. If you try and add a design, let's say we add a design, upload an image. What did we have there? I can't remember. We can try MJ. Let me look in here. There's Sleeping Beauty. So we're going to add Sleeping Beauty. And I know there is a little bit of a wait when you're uploading it, but sometimes it has to change the format. So, okay, so there's our image that I download of Sleeping Beauty. It is 1.58 inches by 1.58 inches. Let's say a little girl wanted a shirt, and let's say you wanted to make it a full front. So let's say you wanted 8 inches. You can change the size here, by the way. And also, here is where you make sure that you're not squishing it, one way or another. This will maintain the width and height. Anyways, let's change this here to, this little girl wanted 8 inches. And you'll see here that the quality of this image is no good, because we've made it, bigger than the. It's no good. It's way too low resolution. So I'll just show you that. So those are the 2 errors you can expect. You can expect that your image is too low of a resolution, or that it's sitting there and you haven't got it in the right spot. And you might not do that on purpose. It might be an accident. Maybe you're trying to fit, as many of the same design. Obviously, DTF sheets are not cheap. So you may, want to try and squeeze as many in as you can. On another note, I'd be a little bit careful, because I have been through that down the road or in the past, sticking way too many designs on a sheet and getting it too close. It's quite the sweater trying to cut around those. So my suggestion is to leave yourself a little space, is what I'm suggesting to you. It doesn't be anything crazy, but anyways. So that's it for that. There's not really anything else I can tell you in regards to that. You can also, obviously, you can add text. And then you can also, get a bunch of them. So all these will be shipped together, regardless on what size of sheets or what quantities. And we do have flat rate shipping for these. And if the shipping for whatever reason, is I have a few companies that I use for shipping. If for whatever reason the shipping, which it probably will be, less than what you paid on the site on the flat rate shipping, you will have a credit in the store that you'll be able to use anytime that you want. And you can expect that credit to be not a huge amount, but it's probably going to be $3 or something like that. I don't exactly know how much it's going to be. It depends on where you live, obviously. Um, and then if you live in the regional area, that's a flat rate of $5. And then if you live in the local area, it's free. So anyways, if you have any questions regarding artwork, please message me or email me, and hopefully I can answer your questions. But I'm just trying to save you from pulling your hair out trying to figure out why you're getting those errors. All right. Thank you.